That's what I've always
Eventually,
been
yeah.
confused about with Demon Slayer movies. Is it always like the first episode or the
Well,
first
there's
two
only
episodes
ever
of the
been
season?
one movie. They do always do like a movie premiere of the season. So we've been to
That's why
every
it
single
confuses me.
one. Yeah. But they only play the one. They play the last two episodes of the last season, and then they will premiere the first episode of the new season when they do those like movie premiere things. But the only actual movie was the Mugen Train, which was hot sauce.
I liked the train arc. I thought it was pretty good.
It was good. R.I.P. Rengoku.
Rest in peace.
He's the best Hashira.
Tengen is.
Sound is tough.
Sound Hashira
Misty's
is
tough too.
He is low key. Like
The Mist Hashira is my favorite.
he had a quick like character development through that fight where he just was like, I'm just gonna, I gotta fight because I gotta fight and I gotta fight to like protect all these people. Like, what caught me off guard is I didn't know he had like a twin and shit. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, he like
part of the
lost
story.
his memories. Like he didn't remember he had a twin. Like he didn't remember anything from his past. He woke up and just instantly had the skills of a Hashira, and he was just like so like grateful to, I forget his name, but the guy who started the Demon Slayer Corps or the family. He was just so like he loved them so much that he was literally like, I will literally do whatever you tell me to do. But that was it. He just had like, I'm following orders. I'm just here to kill demons. That's all I'm gonna do.
Are they going to eventually talk about the demon markings?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's gonna be in this season. Is
Because I'm like, now
explain
everybody,
it.
like Tanjiro was the only known one to have one, and now it's like everybody's got one. Like the Love
Well,
Hashira had one.
there's a reason for that. I can't say anything else because even if
They're
I
all
say a little
cousins.
bit, it'll spoil something. So there's a reason. There's just a reason. That's all I can
They're all
say.
cousins, huh?
No, speaking of cousins,
Sweet home Al.
did you guys watch
Roll Tide.
the Fallout show yet?
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Well, Gannon's been on
my
it.
god, that show was so fucking good.
Hmm.
Me and
Surprisingly
Sarah binged
delicious.
it. Sunday? Yes, Sunday. We binged the whole show. All 8 episodes. Each episode's like an hour.
Yeah.
Binged it for 8 hours. Such a good show. Oh my god. I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a season 2. I can't wait for it.
Absolutely. You see where they're going?
Oh yeah. I see where they're going. You coming? Walter Goggins. Oh my god, dude.
He
Made
crushed
that
it.
show.
Yeah.
That show. Without his character and his like acting skill, I don't think the show would have been that good.
Mhm.
I really
The
thought
only
he was just
person-
going to be like a antagonist type of role, just like a roaming bad guy. Like, oh, they got to keep dealing with this fucking guy. But like, just his story, his depth, just the importance they put on the ghoul was so good. I love that show. It was so good, hilarious. It was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's on the list, but still.
No, you need to
Getting
watch it
through
like,
stuff.
ASAP. You need to watch it ASAP. It really
And the-
is a really good show. Like,
I can't
really
wait for.
good.
I also can't wait for the new season of The Boys to come out.
Oh, I've been waiting.
It's gonna be so good.
Did you hear what's gonna? Have you heard anything about what's gonna happen with Gen V? Because I heard one of the actors had passed away from that show.
Which one?
Um,
Was it Blood Manipulation Girl?
I think it was a dude.
Chance Perdomo was the actor's name.
What?
He was also in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. What character did he play?
Oh,
Let me just
He
look it up on
played-
IMDb.
Don't tell me it was the dude that played like he could switch between.
I don't know the names because I haven't watched
Woman
it,
to Man. Oh,
it was the character's name is Andre Anderson.
I can't remember what his power was.
Share
He's
that.
tuned out.
I don't know if Gannon will be able to see it, but
yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
I saw
character.
those. I saw those.
Oh yeah.
I don't
I'm
know what
definitely
his
gonna,
character was or anything. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
I actually didn't see a picture. It didn't come up, but yeah, man.
Let me just look up what Andre Anderson's powers were. Andre Anderson, because I know it's gonna annoy me not knowing.
Anders?
Let's
Anything?
see. Aliases, Guardian of the Goldalkin. Is the two protagonists of season 1. He's a junior at Goldalkin University and the son of Polarity. Powers, magnetism, manipulation.
Oh, oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
He
don't know.
passed away.
He wasn't like a, from what I saw, he wasn't a very prominent character in the
He was
show.
only in
He was-
8 of the 10 episodes, so I don't know what his significance was. I'd have to watch it to really know, but yeah.
Murder as well.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
I got some fucking beef with TikTok though. I don't know if you guys have seen.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to ask you about that.
So
It's just
our videos
Ouch.
are being stuck at like 40 views, 50
40,
views.
50, 60, something like that. Less than
So,
100 for some reason.
I figured it out. And a lot of people are having the same issue, but it's still not fucking getting fixed. I've been talking with TikTok, and they just,
Making
trying
boss
to talk
moves.
to TikTok. Trying to talk to TikTok.
Big corporate
I
man over here.
put out a fucking report an issue, support ticket type beat, and I feel like they are just not reading what I'm fucking putting down, dude. They will not read what I say, and whatever. But what I noticed is when I click on the video from our page, click on the video, go to like see view analytics, it says that we're being banned from the For You page. Gives me no reason why. I click it because it says like click here to appeal this decision. Click it, it gets approved immediately. So it always like we're just getting banned for no reason. But then if it gets banned, it's not going to push it out still. So I either have to like re-upload it, delete it, re-upload it, but it's still not working because it keeps getting banned. So yeah, I'm just.
I would say
that's why I was looking at my phone earlier because I was like
'Cause
seeing if they ever.
I noticed
replied
this.
back.
I noticed this. TikTok does this no matter what. When I was working on my project for school, I was using one of the filters on the voice thing on TikTok to change my voice for like the voiceover, doing like an intro for a documentary, and I posted all the videos private so that I'd be able to have it like saved to my phone so I can then like take the watermark out and do all that shit. Fucking annoying. But like one of my videos got like removed, like copyrighted, because for something, I don't know. But like even private videos it does that. So like maybe if you do it private first, you upload it private, let it do the ban appeal, delete it, re-upload it to public. Maybe that'll
Maybe
skip over that.
It's just because that's how you schedule it. I schedule it through the computer, so I think you can make it private, but I don't know after that. It's annoying, and a lot of other people are having this issue, but it seems like it was fixing for other people, and it looks like it worked yesterday because I posted like a test video, and it got like 500 views, and not great, not good, but not bad. And it looks like it fixed itself. So I reposted some of the shit that we put out last week. And today it only did 43 views. So I'm upset.
Maybe that's something we're saying. Damn.
Well, they also said they're trying to crack down on like low quality videos. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, like what the fuck? The amount of like low quality videos I see on my For You page daily should be.
You know how many low
Bad.
quality, you know how many fucking million plus view videos or million plus like videos I see where it's just somebody holding a camera talking? Like that's low quality. That's low effort,
Or
low
just
quality.
slideshows of pictures. That's
Yeah.
no effort. No effort. But anyways, our shit's not low quality.
Screenshots
Or
of Twitter. That's what it is. Most of the like fucking slideshows are just tweets. They're just tweets. They just ripped straight from X.
Or they have like glass bottles at the end of a staircase. and they drop
Those
like a metal
videos
ball.
always so they confuse me. Who watches these? And it's I mean I watch them because I'm just like you get stuck watching for some reason. You just want to see what the next thing is. But then you think you're just like, this person just wasted so much money to break full bottles of liquid.
And those goddamn
Why?
Reddit stories, I hate them.
Worst.
Watch every single one.
The worst.
I don't know why. It's just like it captivates me, and it's sometimes the same story I've heard before, and I will still I'll listen to the entire thing.
You know what is better than those Reddit stories?
God damn it! I'm gonna fucking.
Hello, guys, and welcome to yet another episode of the Something Original podcast. We are gathered today in our virtual studio with our other two lovely hosts.
The delivery is still the same, but I will give it 8 out of 10. I'm Chase.
Thank you.
As Simon Cowell of Adrian's Intros, I give it a 3.
Tough crowd.
And I'm Gannon, also, by the way.
Well, I thought you were Simon Cowell.
Yeah, I thought you were Simon Cowell. What was that? Okay, that first one was questionable.
Yeah, well, it's like I got the reflux happening, so it's like bubbling.
Yeah, I always blame it on the reflux and the alcohol. Throwback.
Throwback. Drunken manifestations. Read and weep.
Yeah, that too.
Oh. What are you talking about? What were you talking about?
Blame it on the
Boy, it's just
Good song.
alcohol.
Good song.
Just alcohol. So how about them Browns going against the Dallas Cowboys week 1? What's up with that?
Are they going up against the Dallas Cowboys week 1?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking football.
And
I love football.
And Tom Brady is announcing. It's the first one that he's going to be announcing.
Oh shit, he's announcing it?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not even the sports guy, but I know
He's
that
announcing what? What is he doing?
the
He's
game.
going to be a commentator on the Browns Cowboys. Did you know that
thought you
Jason
were-
Kelsey is joining Monday Night Football?
Wow. Oh wow.
Oh wow! I cannot wait till football starts. Week 1.
I can.
Talking about the Browns, they have the hardest strength of schedule this year. It's literally
the
because
schedule came out already, right?
Yeah.
Or no, I thought the
just
schedule comes
strength, No, the strength of schedule.
Ah.
They have the schedules. They're just doing, how they like to
Yeah.
do like the release
Yeah.
announcement.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the Browns have the hardest strength of schedule, all because of the AFC North, because we are so good.
Oh wow.
I mean, the AFC North, except for the Steelers. Really,
They were
have-
above 500. What are you talking about?
Above 500.
if you would let me finish, most of the
Above
AFC
500.
North really has improved, other than really
It's the hardest
Pittsburgh
division
Steelers.
in the NFL.
Because the Steelers, they lost Deontay Johnson. They didn't really replace him with anybody. They got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields as their quarterback carousel.
One developing, I would say Russell Wilson improvement to Kenny Pickett.
It's an
Justin
improvement to
Fields
Kenny
is a
Pickett.
dog.
But is that improving them past? Like, that's going to improve them maybe past the Browns because they have a not good quarterback situation, but the Browns have a lot of talent. Bengals can't really top the Bengals in the AFC North right now. Them and the Ravens, they're battling out for that top spot. You can't deny that.
Two teams definitely going to be battling for the division. The Steelers, who for some reason can never have a losing season, and the Browns, who are always just sneaky good now because of their defense. It's the hardest division in the NFL.
I wouldn't be worried about playing the Steelers ever.
Well, no, they somehow always win,
I guess, yeah.
That's what I was just saying. The top 3 hardest strength of schedules are all teams from the AFC North.
I'm excited for the NFC North.
Browns, Ravens, Steelers, and then the Bengals are like in the middle of the pack.
I would say, because it's hard. I want to say one.
I saw the rankings.
I want to say I want to say 1 through 3 really is just a fight between who can have the better record between Bengals, Ravens, and Browns. I just feel like Pittsburgh in that division is just fighting to maybe get third. Like that's their that's their job. They're just fighting to not get last.
But if every team has a winning record, it's still like a hard division. Imagine going 9-8 if you're the Steelers and you're fourth in the division. You know.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I'm excited for the NFC North because I want to see my Packers embarrass Caleb Williams. I want to see Detroit embarrass Caleb Williams. I want to see Minnesota embarrass themselves, but also embarrass Caleb Williams. I want to see the Bears lose. I want to see the Bears downfall because I'm not a Bears fan, obviously. But I had some respect for Justin Fields because I feel like there is potential in his mobility, in his talent. I think there is potential. But the Bears did him fucking dirty. They did him so dirty, and I just want to see them fail.
Are you Katy Perry? What are you doing?
Sorry. The brain rot was kicking in.
Sports.
Yeah.
WNBA.
And that concludes our sports. Great job, Adrian.
And brought up sports.
We should only like section out like 5 to 10 minutes for Adrian, just like shit post
30
sports.
seconds.
I didn't even bring up this topic, so fuck you.
No, it would be funny if we literally gave Adrian 30 seconds in every episode just to rattle off all of his sports stuff, and he has to get it all in 30 seconds.
Yeah, let him get it out.
If you let me write it down, I think I can get 30 seconds. I can get like 3 or 4 things out. I'd have to write it down pre-hand.
It would have to be like super hot takes. Justin Fields is better than Russell Wilson. I mean, that's not a hot take.
That's a hot take, but I would never say that. That's egregious.
It's not egregious. Justin Fields is totally okay. Never mind. Off topic. We are a leisure podcast now. We have to talk about leisure stuff.
Like what?
I was going to say we jump into a score for Elden Ring because I know it's going to take up a lot of fucking time.
Already?
It's going to take up a lot of time. Might as well just do it, you know?
Oh, why? What do we? This was Adrian's idea from the last episode.
I did say we were going to do it. I want to get it out the way because I do want to give my score for Elden Ring because I don't play Elden Ring, but I have a very good score for it.
And it's also relevant because Kai Cenat is trying to play it on stream right now. And
speaking of which, I just saw a thing. Somebody did a challenge. They beat Elden Ring 10 times before Kai Cenat can finish.
I mean, that's easy. People that have been playing it since launch, they know every in and out, and I think that guy was one of those people.
And now he's doing all the side bosses included because Kai was like, he didn't beat the side bosses. You spent 5 hours on like the fucking tree knight, dude, or the tree sentinel, whatever.
I do have to give credit to him because he's literally fighting the whole game with 2 katanas and nothing else.
No summons. He's dumping stats into shit that you don't need if you're doing that build. He put 40 in Faith, and he's not using any Faith stuff.
Jeez.
He's hoping to have faith in this game.
Yeah.
Let me grab my notebook.
But yeah.
I had to.
Beans and toast.
That's
right?
I was watching him play, and I'm like,
There were some moments where I was like, oh, he's actually kind of two-piecing him, you know? Yeah, he was going off, but who was it that he beat? And like, it was like the ancestral tree spirit or something, the big deer. That fight took me like 10 times. He beat it in 2. I just couldn't get his movesets down. And he kept healing himself. That was why.
Wait, I wasn't wanting to ask something. Did this guy beat Elden Ring straight up, like no new game, or was he just like a new game?
I think it was new game.
I think he was. I don't know if he did it.
It makes sense to do new game.
Yeah, I didn't. I just saw his TikTok where like he clipped Kai saying like Kai was looking at that video he did was like no fucking way, and he was like we didn't do the side bosses so. And then he was like, well, I'm going to be live doing the side bosses, all the side bosses. So, like, I didn't see exactly how he did it, but, like, I just know he did it, which is still crazy.
I saw him. I saw him live.
Well,
earlier
after
today.
you do New Game, honestly, like I've been going back through it, dude. I got to the Capitol in like 30 minutes.
I mean, when I
I think
started my
if he,
new,
it, I
oh,
think
sorry.
if this guy was trying to make this his thing instead of New Game, he beats it like straight up. Like you start off zeroed out stats and then do it like how Kaisen had it.
Yeah.
I'd have
But
to
doesn't
go.
new game like make it harder though a little bit?
Kinda, dude. I
From what I've heard,
with,
not
with
really.
my build, I'm evaporating pools.
Yeah. But I mean, with when I started over on my other character, I got to the academy pretty like not even 10 hours in. I got to the academy and I was like, oh, kind of speeding through this.
I have 500
So-
hours in it in Elden Ring.
I bet you
I
do.
have I don't know how many. I think I have 200 hours.
When
I have less than like 60, I think.
So keep this in mind when we rate Elden Ring.
If you get upset at my score, I'm gonna be mad at you, because there's no way you can get upset at the score I give it.
I'm sure you're
regardless
going
of
to
how
give it
much I
a
played.
good score, but I still... You can't even, like, understand Elden Ring in the first playthrough. You kind of have to start over and then, like, re-experience some stuff to, like, fully grasp, like,
I
how...
think I've experienced enough Elden Ring
Amazing.
to know
I think you
that it's a
actually
great
give.
game.
I think you have to have beat it once to even give it a score.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to beat it, Adrian. Or I'm trying to beat it, Gannon. No one wants to help me beat Radagon.
I started a new game. I was like, should I wait for change? I'm like, I can get back up there.
You can't. I'm waiting.
Well, I got caught up.
You got to
on
the
it,
capital in 30 minutes, so I'm pretty
yeah, you
sure
got to the capital in 30 minutes, Gannon. Come on.
but I've been stuck on.
Oh,
hardcore.
I wonder if you get to the tree, because you go to the tree first and then you have to go to the giant area, right?
Yeah.
So maybe if you're next to the capital.
Well, see, with what was Macy wasn't able to summon in on our friend's game at the bottom of the tree to fight Godfrey. Because after you do it, after you go and
Commit
take out,
the cardinal sin.
yes, then the capital's all changed around.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys want to jump into this? I can go first. I've got my score.
I'm ready.
I mean, I'll go first. I want to go first. Anyways, you can go first, Chase. I'm
I
kidding.
literally
You
said I was ready, and then you're like,
can
I
go.
want to go
You can
first.
go. You can go.
All right. The first ever 10 out of 10 Elden Ring.
Respect it. I respect it.
So I think with this game, the amount of versatility, the replay value, the just UX UI design, the ginormous map, and just you get to see how big and massive this game is while also feeling so confined in these tight little spaces. There's so many different ways to play. You can sword it, you can magic it, you can I don't know. There's so many different options. There's like hundreds of bosses to fight. And if you really want to dive deep into a story, you put on a lore video that's like 5 hours long, and they're barely scratching the surface of shit, you know? It's like there's so much story, and it's so like I don't know, methodical is the term? I don't know.
It has a heavy mythos.
Heavy
Yeah,
mythos. There's just so many different
Heavily
layers to
lore
everything.
based.
Heavily lore based.
It's
And if
really
you
good.
really get into the lore and you really like play the game and experience all the different areas, it just like makes the world feel so alive. I will say it's very hard. I mean, you know, somewhat. Some people say it's the easiest Soulsborne game, but I have a hard time. I'm still on my first playthrough, and I can't beat fucking Radagon. But yeah, I mean, 10 out of 10. I love it. It's definitely one of the best games in this decade. All done.
Gan, you want to go, or do you want me to go first?
I could go 10 out of 10. Easy. Like Chase was saying, I was talking to multiple clients about this that have played it, and it's literally a masterpiece through and through. The character design, there's not a whole lot of reskins on bosses. I mean, there's some that feel similar, but overall, you go against something that's fresh, and it is painful. The first playthrough, I'd say you start really catching on. Honestly, you kind of get the hang of it after, like, Renala.
I didn't start getting it until after the capital.
Dude, I was summoned in to help with Morgoth when you're like fighting in the capital. Dude, that boss fight is hard.
It is.
I just honestly, I came out there. I used my Kamehameha. You know the magic move.
Yeah, Common Azure.
Yeah, Common Azure. I got to the point where I was just so sick of because I was just trying to use like my regular mage build. I'm like, this is not working. So I resorted to Frostbite and that to destroy him because I was tired of it. And but yeah, dude, that boss fight's hard.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, FromSoft just doesn't miss. They really don't. I've been playing through. I'm just going to say this real
they're
quick.
A good company. They make good games.
I've been playing Armored Core.
Is it good,
bro? It is, dude.
Is it multiplayer?
Seriously, so good. I don't know if it's multiplayer. I know that PvP. I haven't got to it yet, but it is hard as frick. Honestly, I'm saying it's harder than Elden Ring. I'm saying it straight up. It's so hard. I just
have to check it out then.
I've gotten some hard bosses along the way. I've just beat yesterday one of the hardest bosses I've come in contact with, and I was stuck on it for a half a day. Like, no, could not, because I got on late last night, and I was fighting him the day before, and finally found out something. I switched my whole build around and tried to like cheese this fool, but yeah, it's great though. And I realized that Bandai Namco worked on Elden Ring and Armored Core. Armored Core is super, and also Bandai was a creator of Gundam.
Oh yeah, Bandai Namco.
I think it's
Bandai
just
Namco.
the publisher, though. I don't think they're working on the games. They just help them.
Well,
Make
see
it?
their name. You see their name, and then you see.
Yeah, no, it's
FromSoft.
like it's kind
They
of like
help
how
with publishing
Activision.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
Activision
like, they play a
isn't
part
making
within
the
the-
games.
They play a part within the making of it, but not that big
Yeah.
of a part. And their biggest part is the publishing.
Yeah.
Publishing, advertising, marketing.
Because like a lot of anime games, like you see a lot of
Yeah.
you see a lot of like anime series that get turned into video games. Bandai is behind that.
Yeah.
Like the Jujutsu Kaisen game, Bandai made that. Technically, Bandai made that.
They probably should have erased their name from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, and you just see how this game is like straight up Gundam, and you're fully making your build. Like the customization is amazing. I'm trying to find.
I think I'm one of those people that I've never watched a Gundam show, like anime ever, but I love Gundams. Gundams is so cool. I've never watched them, and I want to. I got to figure out like exactly which one to watch, which ones to like maybe kind of watch. I got to figure that out. But Gundams are so fucking cool. They've always been cool. Gundams have never not been cool. Sitting in a giant fucking robot and shit.
Even
that never not
Evangelion.
Cool? I don't know.
Evangelion's, isn't it?
Neon Genesis. They're Gundams, technically.
But not Gundam.
They're not Gundam.
It is a great show.
But they are Gundams. They're mechs, but Gundams are mechs.
Well,
Just
they're
like
made
Attack on Titan, they're mechs, but they're flesh.
We're going off on a tangent.
But Gundams are made with Gundaminium, which is a certain kind of old historical metal.
And that's what makes them Gundams.
And that's what makes them Gundams. So not really Gundam, but
I thought this was an Elden Ring review.
Yeah, we're getting way off topic. Are you
okay?
Is that all you got?
Yeah, you go ahead, brother.
All right. I give Elden Ring a 9.9. And I
You
take a
just
point.
had to.
No, I take a point one off because I. Maybe it's because of the video games I like and stuff. It's just not being able to keep track of your quests. It does get kind of annoying not knowing exactly where you have to go or what to do or who to talk to. That it gets sometimes it's bothersome, and also part of that point one taken off is because I've never been one to like actually play like any of the Bloodborne or Souls games or play games like that, and like I've played it and I played it with you guys and stuff. I'm one of those people like kind of like Borderlands. Like if I'm running around by myself, I'm I guess I enjoy it more if I'm just able to fucking obliterate everyone instead of having to struggle. Even though I still have so much fun playing Elden Ring. It's just the play style like I've always liked and grown up with. It's you can kind of call it like a culture shock, sort of like switching between the games I play and then playing Elden Ring like, oh shit, I gotta change up how I look at this entirely. Which is also why I love it, because it just makes you have to play video games different, and I love playing video games. So like, even if I struggle or don't like it, it's a plus to me because I love video games. But I love Elden Ring, despite not playing it, despite only playing with you guys. Like I like Elden Ring. It is fun. The game looks absolutely fucking insane. Every single detail, the weapons, all the armor, like even if it's not as diverse with like creativity with the character, like I said, like this is a game style that I'm not used to, that I'm not particularly like keen on like going back to, but I still found a type of play style within this that I enjoy with the Madness build and using Vike's War Spear. I enjoy using that so much. I love using that. And just the game is just absolutely beautiful. It's a fantastic game. Game of the century, I don't know. You got to compete with Baldur's Gate, and I like Baldur's Gate a lot too. But
What did you
between
give
that,
Baldur's Gate though?
I give Baldur's Gate a 9.5.
Okay, but you rated this higher.
Yeah, but to fight over Game of the Century, it's still a fight because despite not playing them, I can understand the beauty, the depth, the lore, everything that goes into these two games, and I can appreciate that everybody involved with creating Elden Ring, the same with Baldur's Gate, really wanted to make a game that people were going to play and play and play and play. Like, Gannon, you said you got like, what, 200, 500 hours, whatever? Like
500.
That's insane. The game's been out since 2022. And they're just now releasing a DLC, even though the game still hasn't run out of replayability.
It's going to have like
insane.
a baseline of another like 200 to 300 hours for the DLC.
Insane.
And
That's just insane.
if I stretched out 300 hours for the first one, you best believe I'm going to get another 600 hours.
You can't compete with that. Oh, also with my point one taken off, sometimes the multiplayer, like putting the finger down, sometimes it's just a little annoying. It's not really a big thing. It's just sometimes a little annoying. Not as smooth as like we did with like was it Remnant 2? Yeah, Remnant 2.
Yeah.
Or like other games we play multiplayer. It's not as smooth getting into multiplayer, but once you're like in, like there's no issues. And I think it's one of the things that's like becoming a core memory with Elden Ring for me is like just if I'm with people, like when it was me, Gannon, and Macy, and then somebody invades, just like sitting there, the three of us, and we're just like, yeah, we're gonna fuck this guy. Where is he? We're gonna fuck this guy up. Who are you? Like, who are you? We're gonna fuck you up. It's like a core memory. It's a good game. I gave it a 9.9, not a perfect 10.
I think the difference between Baldur's Gate and Elden Ring is like Baldur's Gate makes it feel like you're playing the character. Elden Ring makes it feel like you're playing as the character. I feel like
I think both have
Elden Ring,
a good level of immersion.
uh,
I would say they're both two very different games, but they
immerse
both
you
do
pretty
their
well.
niche very well.
Yeah. You could tell me if this is going too far, but like the best way I can
Whoa,
compare
way
it is
too far. No,
the best way I can compare it is like
Stop while you're ahead.
sports. It's like sports. You know, Elden Ring, Tom Brady, Baldur's Gate, LeBron James. They're both one of the best at their respective area, and they do it well. Can't really compare them because they do two different things, but they do those two different things far above almost everyone else that does it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Would I watch Tom Brady play again, or would I watch LeBron continue to play?
I would
I'll
watch
Tom
both.
Brady play.
I
Watch
would
Tom
watch
Brady
both.
play again.
I would watch Tom Brady play again for sure. Oh, for sure.
Ow.
I don't know.
Already.
Elden Ring, fantastic game. Honestly, I give it a 9.9. I'll probably call it a perfect game. Really, my critiques are more personal than they are reflective of what the developers actually did with the game. So, I think it's perfect. I think they knew
Armored
what
Core.
they were doing and they did it. They did it. I think they did it too well. I think they it made it bad for other video
they
games.
did
to
it
compete.
too well, so I got to take a point off.
FromSoft
But-
just I truly believe they care about what their players are feeling.
Yeah, they made
You
a
know?
game that built a community, and they kept making games not only catered to the community that they could still enjoy, but also to cater to outside of the community, to people like me who have never played these games and can still find so much enjoyment in it.
Also, if they would have dropped Armored Core a year after Elden Ring, I believe that would have gotten top rank. They just dropped them so close together. I think Armored Core got swept under the rug. This game is on that level. It's like it's beautiful. Like it's just like you see everyone playing a game and it's just like this is beautiful.
Elden
Like,
Ring.
I look around at this, yeah, and FromSoft, literally the same people, and I'm playing this game, and I like was flying through, and I just stopped for a second, and I looked at the edge of this cliff, I'm like, wow, it's giving Elden Ring, and then when I got destroyed by this boss for like 6 hours, it's like, this is Elden Ring, this is what I needed, this is what I missed. It feels fresh too with the Meg. Oh my gosh, dude, it's so fun.
Yeah. I do have a question. to
It's a
pose in line
masochist's
with this topic.
wet dream. Oh, okay.
No, you're good. I do have a question that's with this topic, but I'm going to give the total score. I'm actually going to give it in 3 numbers because it'll be our highest. Elden Ring has a 9.96. That is the total score for Elden Ring. So 0.04
Could have been
off
10.
from perfect 10.
Could have been
Could have
10.
been 10. It could have been,
10.
a 10.
I know it could have been 10, but, you know, personally, I don't know.
Does
Those
really
are
the
my personal
1 point
issues.
throw it off that bad?
It's not. That's the thing. It's not that bad. It's just 0.1. It's just those are my personal like. To be able to play it by
saying,
my.
like, the average.
What do you mean the average?
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh yeah. The math came out. I thought it was gonna be like a 0.998. So 0.998.
I thought it was still going to average out to 10.
Nah, it's got the decimals. Decimals math. I hate that.
Let's round it up. 10.
10. Perfect game.
But yeah.
But yeah,
here's
and
the
we
question.
also don't talk about how this game only took like 6 years to make or come out from
Oh, yeah.
production to like Dragon's Dogma took 12, 13 years to come out and it was a half-baked game. Elden Ring only took 6 years, and the amount of depth and level to that game only took half that time, you know? And you got Jor RR on that shit, and he takes forever to write stories.
I had a question for you guys along with this whole Elden Ring thing because I know fucking what was the game you
I
just
have an answer.
brought up while you're talking, Gan? Damn it, I'm already forgetting my question.
Armored Core?
Baldur's
Not
Gate?
Armored Core, not Baldur's Gate. Fucking you said
Remnant
one of the games that
2?
fell flat.
Dragon's Dogma?
Not Dragon's Dogma. It was one of the games you just mentioned. We were just talking about this. whole
Jujutsu
thing.
Kaisen?
No, what Gan mentioned.
We
right
we
at the
all
end
are
there.
saying the same thing.
He was talking about Armored Core. He was talking about. I already forgot my fucking question. I was gonna say whatever game Gannon had mentioned, like imagining if that game was made by FromSoft instead.
Anthem.
Anthem. That's
No
what I was
one brought
thinking.
up Anthem, but I was thinking it.
I don't know why. Thank you, Chase. Thank you. I don't know. Where
I was
my mind
thinking
at
it in
for
my
that.
head. I was like,
I didn't
Read
say
my mind
Anthem.
there. Did you
say Anthem?
Okay.
I didn't.
oh,
You didn't?
yeah.
Okay,
I
I don't
was
know what the
I was
fuck I was
thinking
thinking.
Anthem though. I had Anthem in my head when he was
I
talking
don't know.
about the Gundams.
I don't know why I thought you mentioned. But yeah, Matt, can you guys imagine if like Anthem was made by FromSoft instead of by whoever made it? How
EA.
It was EA. That's why. Can you imagine if it was made by FromSoft instead of EA? How much better that game would have been.
That game would have definitely
I'll tell
been
you
in
this.
contention for game of the decade as well.
Because it had
So-
great foundation. They just built a shitty house out of it.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. Take the mechs off that, or the suits, scale them up to like building sized.
Well, that's Armored Core.
That's what I'm saying. That like it's made by.
Well,
FromSoft.
I think the joy of it is that you're a little man in a little suit, or a little woman
you feel
in
like
a little suit.
the scaling also with how the screen projects doesn't make you feel like you're that. I did feel that big when I was going through a hangar, and I looked over and I noticed the like human stairs that were running along the sides of it were like this, and that was the one time where I was like, oh yeah, I'm big as fuck, boy.
Well, even playing the Gundam. Remember when we played the Gundam game? Even just sitting in that little hangar before like the match starts. If you like look around, there's like little like
Tanks.
cargo trucks and
Yeah.
little tanks, like little mini buildings. Like if you really look around, like you're just flying around all these like skyscrapers. You're like, oh, this building's as tall as me. Yeah, it's a fucking skyscraper. It's kind of cool.
It's cool.
It was
Actually,
cool.
so-
That's why I like Gundams. That's why I like Gundams. It's just like a
Yeah,
giant ass
dude.
robot. Who doesn't see a giant ass robot and it's just like, that's a cool ass robot.
Like when Japan's making an actual Gundam. That's cool. That's sick.
Give me Optimus
Yeah.
Prime in real life.
When I was just thinking this the other day, because we're definitely pretty sure we're gonna go to Japan next year, and I was like, I have to go see that fucking Gundam in real
you have
life.
to.
I
You have to take a picture.
I
You have to take a picture
go.
with it.
Well, I won't be able to get the whole thing in frame, but you know, I'll probably get.
Have her
like,
stand like
little
half a mile
eye.
away.
But just the scale of that shit, dude, it is
What's
that?
insano mode.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Solo Show. It's me, your host, Gan Manton Gan. Now I got some coffee. I'm feeling really good.
How did we both leave before Adrian?
After Adrian, but got back before him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
What's a game? Oh, dude, I want to play Marvel Rivals. So
I know, dude.
so bad, dude.
It sounds
So
like they're
bad.
gonna start like, because that was the thing, that we're gonna release it on PC first to see how it does on PC, how people like it, and then they'll start the port over to console.
What
I think
is-
it's already a home run, so they are going
Marvel
to,
Rivals, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna.
I thought
push
about it
to-
because I have Steam on here. I thought about like playing it before you guys just to tell you guys how it is. But I saw a video and I'm just like, I saw somebody get an ace with Spider-Man and I was like, okay, hold on, this game
We
might
gotta
be
get one
cooking
more
a little
person. We gotta get one more person.
bit. Get Macy, dude.
Oh, she would play. She
There you go.
She would play. She fucks with
She probably
superheroes.
play. Yeah.
Ugh, get her to play.
Well, we can't play, so
Well, not
Well,
yet.
when it comes out, if it comes to Xbox, get her to play.
It will definitely come to Xbox. I feel like this is one of those games where, if anything, it'll probably come to Xbox before.
Well, if it's
Sony.
PC first, it has a bigger chance of coming. And what I've seen lately with the trend of games, especially because of the way Sony has just been acting, PC like Steam and Xbox really are starting to are really like coming together with their collective of games and just starting to port them over here and
It's
there.
literally a Microsoft. It's literally Microsoft.
Yeah,
I
I don't
did-
feel like it would be that much.
it's one of the topics to The have you guys been paying attention to like what Xbox has been doing and some of what PlayStation has been doing? Sony.
I've paid attention a little bit, but only to when it comes to like specific games. Like I've seen how like Helldivers still there isn't really a plan to port it to Xbox, which is annoying. Like I've seen stuff like that, or like I saw how Sony and Microsoft are supposed to start doing this thing where like, you know, we'll give you a game, you give us a game. You know, you give us an exclusive, we'll give you an exclusive. And then I think like Sony backed out of that or something.
Recently, Xbox gave a whole bunch of games just to like the common community, and they were like, "Well, this is for the betterment because 90% of sales are on digital now. 90% of sales are all digital. No one's getting physical copies anymore.
No.
So the point of having exclusives is legitimately pointless because if they did digital sales between both of like if everyone just did digital sales in total, they put it out there for the betterment of gaming community, they still get a higher percentage off of their Commonwealth sales from their digital sales.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but the thing I wanted to you go ahead, Adrian, because it sounds like
I was going to say
on topic.
Like, what I don't understand is it seems like Sony, Microsoft, it seems like they're kind of ignoring capitalism, and that sounds weird to say, but like, they're fighting so hard to not put these like games on other platforms, but it's like the money you get. We know you're money hungry. Why are you fighting against the money you can get when there's like Helldivers? There's an obvious hunger for Xbox players that want to play it. Why are you holding back on the money that we know you want just to make some stance on competition? Like, it doesn't. Just fucking do it, dude.
Well, to counter that, if PlayStation ports over Helldivers to Xbox, PlayStation's not going to get that money. It's Helldivers will get that money. PlayStation.
Well, then money's not even an issue now. So what is it? Just to make a stance on competition?
I think
now you're fucking over a studio that's giving you an exclusive.
If PlayStation keeps it an exclusive, it will make people want to transition over to PlayStation if they're just Xbox users.
I think that's
their mindset. If they do put it over to Xbox, they're not going to make any money.
I feel like that avoids the realistic criticism that they get, where like Xbox players are just like, I'm not getting a fucking Xbox, or I'm not getting a PlayStation to play Helldivers. Why can't you just port it over? Like, I understand the sentiment of like, if we keep this exclusive, people will buy our PlayStations, but like, at this point, how long has PlayStation 5 been out? How long has Series S, Series X been out? If people want to switch, a game's not going to make them switch. If they want to get another console, it's going to be
especially for how expensive PlayStations are.
Yeah, the game is still what, $60-$70. Nobody's going to buy a whole system so they can play one specific $60-$70
I think
game.
that's also the point of exclusive. They have Ghost of Tsushima, they have Spider-Man, they have all the if you fall more in line with those games, you're more likely to want to buy the newest generation of the PS or the PlayStation whatever in the future. Whereas Xbox, what do we have? You know, it's like, oh, you had Halo like 5 years ago. And that's really the only thing. But this was also what I was going to get into. It wasn't anything related with this, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you notice Xbox laid off and cut a bunch of studios from their
no, but that's weird because I know they've also been acquiring studios because they acquired
Blizzard and Bethesda, but they also acquired like Arcane and Tango Studios, which were
probably
big.
Smaller.
Which were big.
I've never
they
heard
were
of them.
they were somewhat big.
Somewhat big, I guess. Yeah.
Somewhat big. Did you guys hear about Hi-Fi Rush? It was like one of the biggest like Xbox exclusive games that came out last year. Won a bunch of awards, made a bunch of money. It was on Game Pass.
What's it called?
Hi-Fi Rush. It was like a low Hi-Fi, yeah.
Hi-Fi Rush.
How many hours did you get in that game?
I didn't play it.
Oh,
but this is the criticism that Xbox is receiving right now. This game made them a bunch of money because it was a high performing, high selling game. We didn't play it, but and it won a bunch of awards. And then Xbox, after acquiring them, they acquired them before they made this game. They made this game. It won Xbox a bunch of awards, and then they recently just cut that studio, laying off everybody.
That's kind of scummy.
And they also laid off everybody at Arcane, and they made Redfall, which Redfall obviously fell on its ass, but they were known for making really good games in the past. A lot of people are saying, like, okay, where's the direction of gaming going? If you can come out and make these really high-performing, high award-winning games, and then you're still, like, liable to getting laid off. Just, like, for what reason? It's most likely just to boost CEO and executive pay. Where's this go? And we're also seeing it with PlayStation. They started cutting studios as well to make room for their C-suites to be getting bonuses and stuff. What's the incentive for game devs now to be making good games and award-winning games if they are still just liable to get cut?
I have a theory on that. Because this is something, obviously we're gamers. I think about games a lot, more often than I should. Really, I think we can attribute a lot of this bullshit in the gaming community to, unfortunately, the release of like PlayStation 3, and once these game systems came out where they were focusing more towards playing online with other people, we slowly saw the descent from, when PlayStation 3 first came out, I was playing a game called Resistance: Fall of Man. I was playing Call of Duty 4. Like, this was fun. It was really, when PlayStation came out, it was the peak of gaming. Like, so many of these games are coming out, and just playing online with people was just so much fun. And then it slowly started descending towards microtransaction, loot boxes, season passes. Like, we saw that slowly descend, and I saw this slowly happen in Black Ops 3. We didn't see a lot of like battle passes and whatnot, but like Black Ops 3, there was loot boxes, and I am a victim of spending money on those loot boxes. When I was just like, I have the money, fuck it, I play this game all the time. And then Fortnite, PUBG, all these battle royale games, like all these different trends in gaming that we've seen changing. There's always been one constant, and that has been the constant that these major developers and like EA, these people within Sony and Microsoft and Ubisoft, they realize that they can make so much money off of us because the gaming community was still kind of blind to the worst parts of capitalism. We always saw our gaming hobby as, oh, we got our PlayStation 2, these games are like 20, 30 fucking bucks. My parents just got me 3 games. I'm playing these games for the next 2-3 months. Like, it was not that expensive of a hobby. And now all of a sudden, $60, $70 games, $300, $400, $500 systems. Like, corporate greed hit when PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and all that started coming out. And that's just what we've seen. And I think the direction of gaming is just going to be, we're going to see all these big corporations continue to take games like Madden, 2K, FIFA, reskin them, update the graphics, change almost nothing, throw it out, collect all the money from it. We're going to still see games like Fortnite and all these other games that are, they're fun, they give us stuff, but it's still constantly just another season, another $20. Another big event, another $10, $20. Like, it's just the corporate greed. And really the only savior to this is going to be these indie companies that we see coming out with these fantastic fucking games that actually give a shit about gaming. Corporate greed is hit.
That's another thing. What's the incentive for an indie developer to make their really good game? The gaming industry is a very lucrative industry to get into. You're going to need a lot of money to get your game out.
Yeah, it's simple. What I'm saying isn't just a personal opinion. This is something that I've seen emanated from the gaming community a lot. People just want people to make games for gamers that are fun. They don't want to play a game that's just a black hole of emptying your wallet. Like Elden Ring. Like Elden Ring, you don't have to spend a single fucking dime after you buy the game. You buy the game, you play the game for 500 fucking hours, and you keep playing it because that was the intention. And the intention is super fucking clear. With like Madden, with like Dragon's Dogma, with all these other games. Like what's how do you replay within Dragon's Dogma? You start all over from the entire beginning, or you pay a little bit of money to respec your entire character. Like the microtransaction Dragon's Dogma 2, not a big deal, but it's still there. It's still the concept of I can't change my gameplay unless I pay money. Whereas Elden Ring, if I want to change my gameplay, let me go beat somebody that has a larval tier, then go somewhere to respec because it's already in the game to be able to do that. Like, I think the incentive for indie developers is to listen to the gaming community when they say we want developers who care about games to make games for gaming instead of for money. I think that's really the solution. And I think that's going to be the saving grace. That's the incentive.
I mean, obviously, I want every indie game to be able to, cater.
And crowdsourcing is like, Kick, or not Kick,
Kickstarter.
Fucking Kickstarter, yeah. Kickstarter. What's the other one? GoFundMe, maybe.
GoFundMe.
Like there are these avenues that these indie companies that can take where instead of relying on the corporate dollar, they can rely on the community that wants to fund them to make the game that they can play for a fucking year and not get bored.
But so I'm in corporate America. I can see where you're coming from. I understand. I would love to be able to crowdsource every single fun game I come across. But the thing is with these big publishers, they are able to go to investment groups to get all these monies so they don't have to reach out to the community and rely on that community factor. I think it is a smarter way to go about it. That way you have your target audience directly contributing to your ability to make a really good game. But are we really going to try and ask our random community members who may or may not truly understand and appreciate how well this game can turn out, and we ask them to donate 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, $5,000 for this game? Because games cost a lot of money to make. They cost, we always see the budgets of how massive some of these AAA games are. It's hundreds of millions of dollars to sometimes billions. That's insane. And a big, so let's take Elden Ring. Let's say somebody wants to make an Elden Ring like game with all the same features, impossible to be crowdsourced, right? They had to rely on Bandai to kind of collectively pull that money and get money from investors to make that game. I know FromSoft has obviously built up a reputation to make good games, but if people wanted to start out with the best, they would have to they would need money. And I can understand why they need investors and they need these big corporations. But my whole thing was, okay, you did that part. You reached out to these, publishing companies, Microsoft, Sony. You make a phenomenal game, like Hi-Fi Rush. You make a phenomenal game. It's loved by overwhelmingly everyone.
No one's heard of this game.
Everybody's heard of this game.
No one's heard of this game. You
just have been living under a rock. I've heard of this game.
We've been living under a rock. If it won awards, we've been living under a rock.
It's literally on the homepage of
Xbox.
at that point. I don't understand. I see it every single day. But because it's on Game Pass, they make a phenomenal game. It is an indie developer from Japan, so they literally took from Sony's market and brought it to America. Microsoft brought it to America. That was the whole point. They made a fabulous game for the Microsoft market, the Xbox market, won awards, and then they get cut. What's the incentive for game gaming studios to be making games anymore.
I think it was like I was saying, I think that it's very intricate because there is the supply. The gaming community isn't like the general capitalism market, and where you just want the thing, somebody supplies the thing, cool. The gaming community, specifically, the demand is, don't give us a game. We don't give a shit if you make a game and you spend $100 million on it. If your game is meant to just garner you more money through multiple purchases to play the game, the gaming community very loudly has already said, fuck that. We don't want that shit anymore.
See, they say that, but then they buy the game still.
That's because it's just the gaming community is so large. You still have people whose entire, jobs, their entire income is content on 2K, content on Madden. Ronnie 2K, he's built an entire career where he was just making videos on 2K to now being involved with being put into 2K all the time. Like, there is still these different sectors within the gaming community that rely on these types of games. That's because these big corporations have already put their hook within the gaming community where they say you need to rely on us for these things. But these big gaming community, like these big gaming corporations, are the problem, and that's why a lot of the the bigger voices and a lot of the voices in the gaming community is saying, "Hey, just give us a game that we can buy it and just play it and enjoy. Don't give us all of this extra
It's not anymore.
rigmarole.
When it first came out,
Don't give us all this extra bullshit of having to buy a battle pass, to buy skins, to buy this, to buy that, to do this, to do that. 2K, if you want to play on a different team in a different position for my career, spend $40 to get the coins to not start off as the lowest overall in the entire game. Like it's just games. It's just the gaming community is starting to be more louder with what they want, and indie developers are really the only ones who are giving us this. And
but let's take like basketball for example. Then somebody wants to make a basketball game, they have to then buy the licensing from the NBA. Lost a lot of money, they would need. They're not going to get it most likely because they already have a deal with 2K. Like NBA Live had to drop out because nobody was buying their game, so they had to drop the licensing and everything. If somebody wants to make a basketball game, they would literally have to make generic teams that nobody cares about, make generic players, and then they would need to pay other people to help them make the game. If they want it to be on the same level as 2K, they need to have money. And I'm not trying to defend. I'm not trying to defend.
That's what I was saying. That hook they've got that's the hook they have within the community. Their ability to
but then there's
not
no
only
way
purchase
up. There's no way
the
out of it.
licensing from the NBA Players Association and the NFLPA. The price for that isn't high just because the NFL has set it high. The price is high because these companies like EA and 2K have shelled out this amount of money for the licensing and saying, this is what we deem it worth, so nobody else has the worth to buy it. This isn't an issue of it's not really an issue of the NFL made their licensing too high for the NFLPA for indie developers. It's EA was willing to shell out enough that nobody else is, so they can have the exclusivity, so they can continue building this model where we have to keep giving them money. And that's why I say the bigger gaming companies are the problem. And until we start willingly helping these indie developers in the ways that we can and buying the games that they make for us and crowdsourcing, I understand with EA, Ubisoft, they have the money to shell out and all that, and indie developers have to crowdsource. The thing is, the gaming community is already willing to partake in the crowdfunding. They're already willing to give up money if you're promising to give us the game that's different than EA is giving us. It's different than Ubisoft is giving us. It's different than Gearbox is giving us.
The thing is, too, they're with crowdsourcing, and I think it's obviously not the best way for it, because you would have to shell out to a developer $100 just to make their game even go slightly on the right trajectory, because it costs so much money to make games. you would have to shell out a ton, like more money than what the game would typically cost, right? Just so the game can be made. And then you have, like, the whole point of like having a publisher is to publish the game, get it on the market, get it advertised, all this shit. Without that, if they are just using the money to make the game, there's not going to be any publicity around the game, you know? So you kind of have to, like the game I've been playing, Another Crab's Treasure, that is a fully indie developed game, but they had to work out a publishing agreement with Xbox to get it on Game Pass, and that's how they're getting all their advertising. Obviously, they have social media and stuff, but they had to, even though all this money came from crowdsourcing, they crowdsourced the game. They still had to work out a publishing agreement with Xbox to get their game even on the platform.
Yeah. See, I mean, this is only kind of just like a hopeful thought, but like my line of thinking is like, if we can create this culture where we, instead of just giving EA and Ubisoft,
are you playing
2K...
right now? Sorry, Adrian, but are you fucking?
I've heard him clicking and clacking over
He's
there on
been
his
clicking,
controller.
and I'm like, what are you playing Elden Ring right now?
I think he's playing Armored Core.
No, I'm just looking at something.
On Armored Core?
Oh, sorry. Were we, boring? Are we boring you, Gannon?
No.
But anyways, like I was saying, my line of thought is just like, if we can create a culture where we stray away from these AAA companies and we rely more on these indie companies, that we can create a culture where we force these companies to either continue to bleed money out to compete in a market where the people who have demands are now taking from the smaller part of the market and not the major monopolies. We either force them to bleed money out to compete where they're not wanted, or we force these companies like Steam, Microsoft, Sony to recognize these indie developers as a bigger power within gaming, to where it's easier for indie developers to get funding. It's easier for them to get publishing, marketing. If we can create a culture where we stray away from these AAA companies and we boost up these indie companies, we can, I don't want to say topple the monopolies, but we can force these monopolies
It can change the industry for sure.
Yeah, we could force these monopolies to step back more and realize the power isn't within the people who have the money to spend, to force us to spend money, but the power is within the people who demand it, you know?
I saw something after the whole Xbox debacle that was like, you have to nurture creativity. You can't force it. And I love that saying. You have to nurture creativity. You have to, it's going to start off a little baby.
That's a bar.
Then you give it water, you give it a little fertilizer. It's going to grow into a beautiful butterfly. I don't know. Science.
Yeah. Gaming industry is like a tree. You just keep forcing water under a tree, it's probably not going to grow as well as
if you cut down the tree, there's not going to be a fucking tree.
Or yeah. If you plant a tree and you just keep plucking the leaves from it, you're not going to have a thriving tree.
It's on its last leg.
I'm trying to make a bar, but it's not going to work.
Yeah. Sorry. What about you, Gannon? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you've been quiet.
You've been quiet.
FromSoft is just... I'm almost to the point where I'm not even going to spend money on a game unless it is FromSoft. And I now see that... Dude, after... I'm literally... I'm as hooked on this as I am. I'm telling you, if they would have dropped Armored Core a year after, it would have been up and running for Game of the Year. But they dropped them so close together.
Yeah.
I think Elden Ring just swept. Like, it's understandable. It's a perfect game. Well, it's a 9.96 game, I guess. But
I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
Armored Core.
Could have just taken one for the team. You literally went last. You could have just been like, maybe it's a 10.
Well, I didn't want to seem like a bitch and change my score because other people had opinions. I had my 9.9
opinion
from the start.
Was literally 0.1 off. Just change the 0.1.
Because of my personal gripes.
I have personal gripes with it, and I still gave it a 10.
Hey, that was your personal score. My personal score, I just...
Whatever.
Your personal score sucked, Adrian. So.
I
Just
couldn't give
kidding.
it a perfect score if I felt like there were enough things to complain about. And to me, there was just enough things that took the one off. Hey, fucking personal, whatever. We're past that. We're talking about
We're still talking about video games.
talking about something else. Gan, I understand what you're saying though. How like you don't want to spend money on a game unless it's from FromSoft, because I really don't want to spend money on a game unless it's from an indie company that I know actually cares that I'm going to enjoy their game. Because
What's the last
obsessed.
indie game that you played?
Probably Baldur's Gate. 'Cause
That's
Baldur's
not an
Gate
indie. They are not indie.
Who made Baldur's Gate? I thought they were indie.
Larian Studios, but they have a long standing in the gaming industry. They've been making games since like the 90s.
Fucking Brotato.
I don't know that one.
Exactly.
See, what you should have said was Furry Pals.
Are they?
They're indie.
It's party animals.
First off, it's not furry pals. It's party animals.
Furry Pals.
That's amazing. Called it was Furry Pals.
I like how the name stuck with us. Even with Trey, even with me and Trey, we play the game all the time. He's like, furry pals? But that's I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, party animals. I love party animals.
Yep.
I don't know why anyone doesn't love party animals. You're little animals that punch each other. That's the cutest violent
that's
thing
a thing
ever.
with indie devs, especially indie live service games. There's not a ton of updates. It's a
Party
little
animals
few and far between.
Party animals there is.
They give you skins, microtransactions, give you skins, but where's the new games? Where's the new game modes? Where's the new maps?
There's new maps. There's new maps on Party Animals.
How many new maps since launch?
Like 3 or 4?
This game's been out for like 2 years.
This game's been out for like a year and a half, maybe.
2 years. I'm rounding up.
FromSoft sweeps. That's it. End of show.
FromSoft is a very, very good company. What do
I
we
got these top 3 games of all time. We can
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're talking about video games,
or we can just end it because we're at an hour 15.
Shit, I'd have to think for a second on that.
I don't care. It's
Now, when we say video
5:42
games,
my time.
are we talking a specific, like it has to be a game, or can we say game series?
I'll include series,
Okay.
but you can also go specific game.
I want to beat this. I think this would be in my top 3. I'm
Armored
telling you,
Core? No.
it's so, dude. It
Oh
is
my
seriously. Chase, watch gameplay.
I think you just have blinders on. Because
No.
I feel like when you say you are like, this is the best game ever made, you'll play it and then forget about it in a month. You said the same thing with Suicide Squad. Don't tell me. You
It wasn't
were
going to be
saying.
my top. It
Well,
was
no,
very
you were
fun.
saying this is a
I
really
think it got a
good
lot of
game.
flack.
And now
Like,
it's
it-
like
it
putting
got a lot of
freaking
flack.
Warner.
It
It's
is a
putting
really good
Warner
game.
Brothers in a
It
fucking
is.
bankruptcy
It's fun.
conversations right now.
It was really
Okay,
fun.
I have my 3.
And
I have my 3.
and it got way too much negative flack right out the gate, and that's what dropped a lot of it off. And they didn't drop their first, what was it, the first actual like update on time. It was like a week late or 2 weeks late or something like that. And
Okay, I'm
but-
sorry. I didn't mean to derail us, but
No, but
I've got
I'm
my
telling
3.
you, this game.
You're
up there.
making me want to play it. You're making me want to. This and Fallout
Watch
are like the 2
gameplay?
things I want to play right now. Fallout for sure. Even 76 Chase. Fucking honestly, I've got the Fallout bug. I'm sorry.
no, I
We'll
was
play it.
just
We'll play
kidding.
it.
I mean, once I watched
I did
it,
look at
maybe
Fallout
I'll
76. I ain't
turn
gonna lie.
tide, but I think it's on Game Pass. But
It is on Game Pass. I just saw
Oh.
Game Pass.
God,
Looking
Fallout.
for
Show.
a
I'm sorry.
hi-fi rush that has never been heard of until right now.
literally, like you've been living under a rock.
All right,
A
top 3
rock
games.
of
You
good
got 'em?
taste.
I got mine.
Go ahead.
All right. In no specific order, because I couldn't think of which ones to put them above.
I said top 3.
Top 3. 1, okay. 1, Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Go on.
Tough.
Too many core memories. Two,
Okay.
Black Ops 2, because that was right before really like loot boxes and stuff, and that was right at the height of just like everything was so good with that Call of Duty. I played it for hours daily. And three, for me, the entire Borderlands series, because I love the Borderlands series. I loved every one of those games, and I can always go back to those and just fucking run around and do shit. Or play as a different character or something.
Mhm.
So, those are my top three.
Solid list. I got mine. Are you ready again?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go backwards. 3. Spider-Man 2 on the original like PlayStation 2, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Skate 3. 2.
Yes, Hall of Meat challenges were the fucking greatest.
I actually didn't like the Hall of Meat challenges. I thought they
Hall
were
of Meat
cheesy.
challenges were the best part.
I thought they were a little
Because you
cheesy.
just keep fucking destroying yourself, seeing how much.
But
you
see,
fucking-
that's great about that game because they gave you so much versatility. You can take it really seriously, like I did, or you can just fuck around and have fun.
the
I
fucking
could
round was so fun.
literally, you could spend hours on that game not doing a single fucking thing,
Smack
except
people
for
with the
just
board.
running around. Yeah, it was so fun. Skate 4, I'm looking at you.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for it.
Number 1, controversial. The amount of hours I put into this game should be studied in museums. Halo Reach.
You took one of mine. All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna still use it. I don't even care.
Yeah,
Because
it's a good
it's
game.
the same.
It's a good
Biggest
game.
same.
I didn't play. I played it on a friend's Xbox. Halo Reach was super fun.
We can
Like
get the
that
Master
and-
Chief Collection and play it right now because it's on
Halo
Game Pass.
3, Halo ODST, the Halo 3 ODST, so fun to play on LAN
oh,
campaign
boy.
party.
Yeah,
That was so fun.
Halo Reach better.
Halo Reach was the
Halo
first
Reach
game I
is
ever
better.
cried to while playing. I ain't gonna lie.
Halo
Teared
Reach
up.
is way better.
So that but I'm putting that at my third because
Solid.
if we're talking about core memories, there's this game called Zoid's Battle Legends on the GameCube, and my
I might have
little
heard
brother and my cousin, I remember all the time like playing that game. Giant maps, and you're just playing as legit. And Zoids, you could customize them. It was ahead of its time. It was Armor Core before Armor Core. And then number 1, of course, Elden Ring. That's my top favorite because it's probably the most
I could have guessed it.
hours I think I ever had in a game.
That's
500
understandable.
500 is insane.
Yeah.
Like I don't even feel like I put that much time into it, but I'm like that's one game I'm hooked on, and now I'm on Armor Core. I'll show you my build after we're done.
I kind of want to change mine. Instead of Spider-Man 2, I'm going to do honorable mention Spider-Man 2. Great game. Put a lot of hours into it as a kid. It wasn't a great game, though. I
Stole
could
my
never get
honorable
past
mention
any.
idea.
Honorable mention Spider-Man 2, but my actual 3, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead 2 is fun. Red Dead 2 is fun.
The story was insane.
I will say honorable mentions. Original Mario Kart 64. Too many family. For me, family memories. That is core family memories for me. The
I would say
competition me
Mario
and my
Party
family
for me.
had. Mario Party was fun. My family didn't play. We played a lot of Mario Kart. And another honorable mention, PlayStation 2, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. One of the better wrestling games because the physics of just absolutely the way you can destroy each other. You can fucking go like in the backstage fights. You can like hang off a fucking helicopter and shit. Like what is the? It's a wrestling game. What the fuck are we doing? Amazing. That was my childhood.
Trying to think of some honorable mentions for me. Castlevania, the original Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Can we include
Live-
Pokemon in honorable mentions? I feel like we all played Pokemon.
I think that's a
Yeah,
given.
but it's just too generic. I'm actually literally playing Pokemon right now. I was playing Pokemon earlier today on my phone.
other
I gotta
honorable
continue
mentions.
Mystery Dungeon.
Super Smash Brawl.
Brawls.
For the GameCube.
Melee? Solid.
Melee was
wait
for
till
Wii, right?
Yeah, it was really
Melee was fun. I think that was the one they introduced Ike, and that Ike has been my favorite in Smash Bros. Since.
I
to
thought
use.
Ike was on the GameCube version.
I don't remember. I don't know if he got introduced in Brawl or Melee, but I feel like it was Melee. That's the earliest
Yeah.
memories I have of using Ike was Melee.
Oh my god, do you guys remember that like little toy soldier game on like OG PlayStation? It was like the little green figures and the little tan figures, and it was just a huge war map,
Yeah.
and you would just like
And like
Fight.
they can melt too, like a mic.
Oh, I don't remember
glass.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. I have to check it out.
But yeah,
Man.
Good list.
good top tier, top threes list.
But you can find us on all streaming platforms. I'm talking Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube, and literally anywhere. We're out there somewhere.
Everywhere.
We also have our Patreon for only $3 a month. If you want to throw down on that, we
Oh,
can.
$3.
Tree.
We can.
One,
we can.
two, tree.
We can
one,
get that
two, tree.
done, man.
1, 2, tree. 1, 2,
Yeah.
tree.
And thank you guys so much for watching, viewing, and getting bullied.
They're blocked. They're not gonna see us.
I'll send it to him. I'm a bully. You got anything, Chase?
I did.
Nightmare.
Stuff. If you don't want to hear it, skip past it.
Okay.
We have
See ya.
a
Take my headphones out real quick.
Don't want to hear it. We have a platform, and I feel like we have a responsibility to talk about what's happening in Palestine. Genocide's not cool. It's not okay. Solidarity. I just wanted to say that. Free Palestine. The stuff I see on a daily basis now is just not okay. And I just wanted to, I know we're not a huge platform, and I know we're not like, we don't have huge audience, but I do want to bring that up because silence is unacceptable at this point. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
I'll piggyback off that. Really, obviously, my stance is not neutral, but even if you want to be somebody who's neutral, whether you can't decide who's right or who's wrong, what side you defend, there is a serious human crisis happening. Whether you support one side or the other, there is innocent people, too many innocent people involved. I mean, like, you like eating pizza, there's an innocent person right now who likes the same things as you, who's going through the same shit. Or not going through the same shit, going through terrible, awful shit.
Worse shit.
Worse shit than you can imagine. There is people who are just like you, whose only difference is that they were born somewhere else and they maybe have a different religion and a different lifestyle. That's it. There's people who did nothing wrong, who are suffering from the actions of people who have too much power and too much mental inabilities and problems to effectively be a leader. And there's humans involved. So be a human. Realize that there is humans involved. Activate your inner humanity and just give a shit a little, you know.
No,
A little goes
no
a
one's ever
long
been
way.
on the right side of a genocide. I will put that out there.
There's a right and there's wrong, and what's happening to the innocent people is an obvious wrong. So just open your eyes, open your ears, and just listen a little bit, you know. There's people involved in this, people who don't deserve what's happening to them. Humans.
Nightmare.
Yeah, that's all. Shit, that was fucking depressing. Hold on. Let me take a second to fucking undepress myself, because that was...
Oh, cut out.
That is all the time we have for you guys today on the Something Original podcast. My name is Adrian.
And I'm Chase.
And I was and will always be Gannon. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.